In this video, I'm going to show you how you can find commercial part models. A lot of the vendors will have those for things like bearings and sprockets and those kinds of things. So it comes in handy now. They're more industrial type parts, so you can't get a lot of things out of it. But for fasteners, for key stock, for bearings, which is what let's start by looking at like bronze bushings. So bronze bushing. So we're going to want to use where we mount the swing arm to the frame where it's going to pivot. You don't really need a bearing. We could use a bushing. So like these bronze bushings are great. They're actually oil impregnated. You just have to find what size shaft you're going to use. So I don't know, let's say we're going to use a 3/4 shaft. So that would tell me the obviously a 3/4 shaft, but what's the housing that you're going to use? And let's just say it's a 1-inch housing. And you can see it can handle 1,100 pounds at 60 RPM. That's more than sufficient for what we're going to have going on. And also, that's axial load, that's radial load, or sorry, thrust load, dynamic load. They're $2.63. So if you click on that, you'll see some info about it. You'll see a little 2-dimensional drawing, which is fine. That's a 1/2 inch thick. I don't really like that 1/2 inch thick. Let's see if they have something else. So, inch thickness. Oh, that's the flange, sorry. Length. So that would be 3/4 shaft. Yeah, that gives you a little bit longer. The longer it is, the more dynamic load, or the more load the more wear resistant it would be. So there's a little drawing. Also, if you go up here, and they have different kinds of files. Now they don't have Inventor files, unfortunately, but they do have SolidWorks files. It's not the end of the world if you don't get to use these. I just want to show you that for future use if you get the opportunity. If you open that file, it'll open it up in SolidWorks, and you can then insert it into an assembly. You can use it, you can edit it, and so forth. That's nice. You can also do something more complicated. Bushing isn't going to save you that much time, but let's look at bearings. So we do need bearings to mount the axle to the swing arm. So let's look at ball bearings here. We've got all different kinds of ball bearings. So if you wanted to use some kind of a ball bearing, that's fine. I'm really looking for like a mounted bearing that I can just bolt on to my swing arm. So they've got these kinds of pillow blocks, which you can use. They have these low profile ones, which are I think those are really nice. You got to pay attention because some of these are crazy, gigantic. Some are really expensive. Something like this, I think, works really nicely. If you had a 1-inch, and you want to pay attention to the load, you can see it has really nice ratings there. Max speed 3,000 RPM is totally fine. This one's a little, one of these is kind of wimpy, I think. So it's a 1-inch diameter shaft. Let's just see what this looks like. So if you click on that and click on product detail, show you what it looks like, show you a simple drawing of it, and then again you can look at the CAD file, or sorry, you can look at the model, and there you have a model of the part. You can actually take that and import it into your assembly. If you're not sure about some of the dimensions, because one of the things I did was I made the plates that these mount to, I made them kind of match the contour instead of some big clunky plates. What you can always do is put this on a drawing. It's quick and easy. I know you can download the drawings too, but you can easily download this as a SolidWorks file. And if you wanted to know what that radius was, you got it. If you want to know what the diameter of that hole is, let's see. Sometimes, yeah. And if you want to know the center to center distances, you want to know this length, and some of those dimensions are not called out on the little sketches that they have there. So that's a great way to get commercial parts.